Welcome back. No doubt we all live different lives, but there are common bonds that unite us across the country. And when election time rolls around, political candidates are playing what you can call a real-life game of Pokemon, you know, trying to catch them all. Let's talk about what this all means with my guest tonight, our friend Stephen Kent from Echelon Insights, who's up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. We'll dive into that a little bit more. We're good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in.
You as well, Jim.
Okay, so first of all, let's define what we're talking about here. Something called the Middle America Project. Let's talk about what this information means and what we're trying to ascertain from all this data.
Sure. So this is Echelon Insights predictive modeling that helps you to see what are the most statistically average places in America. There's an old saying, mostly in advertising, right? Will it play in Peoria? So this is, you know, a small town in Illinois. And it's
or Arizona, if you want to be technical.
That's true, that's true. But to give you an example of like, all right, you know, if you were going to know where a hit song is going to find its audience, it's going to be Peoria. But, you know, that is always changing, America and its demographics, and what is normal for an experience in America is always different. So our new data here helps you see what that is.
Let's show you a map right now. This is where you look at, so I know it's a lot of different colors here, but just define what that means, why we're seeing so much red in Middle America and a little greener on the coast.
Yeah, so the green is going to be more statistically average when it comes to sort of main demographic markers, and we use over 12, but that includes things like age ranges, it includes racial diversity, it includes graduation rates and education and income. Average income in America is somewhere around $65,000 a year, and graduation rates are one of the most important statistical markers in our research here, because graduation rates includes things like racial diversity, city density, and other markers like income.
So when you find a place that's considered to be typical, what's the advantage of knowing that information when we know that people have this sort of common ground to work off of? How does that help?
Well, isn't the eternal question of politics who deserves to be pandered to? in any given situation, when a politician for national office running for president goes out right to the early voting states like New Hampshire, Nevada, like, why these places? Why are they the first voters who get to have a say? And are they the, quote, real America that, you know, politicians are always talking about? Well, it turns out real America actually is more like the coasts and less like the farmlands.
Okay, so we'll break down all the information briefly here, but what I want to get to is the local impact, because you took a look at some local areas like Prince William County, not necessarily something that you would call typical. Why is that? Yeah,
not necessarily typical. So Prince William County, that's where I live out here outside of D.C., and that is going to be an area that has this sort of really weird confluence of high income, because it is a D.C. suburb, so you've got a lot of D.C.
I think we're over your house, actually.
That is right near my house, actually. But then also sort of a confluence of actually below average graduation and education rates, and not much in the way of racial diversity. Prince William County doesn't meet the metric.
As we look at Maryland, Baltimore County, you mentioned that area, that might be a little more typical.
A little bit more in the realm of typical. Baltimore County, not Baltimore City, is highly typical. So this is going to be obviously a very racially diverse, very African-American city. But then the people who go out into that suburb area are going to have a much more typical experience when it comes to average incomes, work opportunities, and things like racial diversity. Suburbs are the key to defining what an average experience in America is like.
That's, and I think very true, because as somebody who grew up about 30 minutes outside of Pittsburgh, which, by the way, does not necessarily meet the idea, whereas those of us from there think we're just blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth people, but not everybody has that experience.
No, not quite, and I think the more average experience, well, the most average experience in America is Allentown, Pennsylvania, a Philadelphia suburb. So that is going to get much more in line when it comes to things like racial diversity, income, and graduation rates. That is number one. If you wanted to define what real America is, it's the New England suburb, and you know how they look different from like a southern suburb, right? So those major cities are going to be those hubs.
One more, Frederick. Where would Frederick County rank, for example?
They are really high up. I mean, they're up there in that kind of upper echelon, but you know, Baltimore County for this area is actually going to be where normalcy lies.
So the top 5 areas that are considered to be the most typical: Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, Allentown. By the way, ask our friend James Holland about working in Allentown. Scott County, Iowa, Rice County, Minnesota, New Haven County, Connecticut. That does not, because you're talking about the home of Yale University. Why, that blows my mind. Why would something like New Haven be considered typical?
You know, every county in America has outliers and things that are going to weight them in a certain direction, but then there are going to be counterweights. It actually is absolutely the case that when it comes to housing availability, places that you can live, job opportunities, and the ability to move up the economic ladder, places like New Haven actually have a lot of that opportunity that spreads wealth and sort of disseminates information when it comes to, you're going to have a very elite educated cohort of people there, but there's a lot of opportunity, places to live, places to get your kids educated in that area, and people move up the ladder. And so you're going to see that sort of average experience spread around.
You know what else New Haven has?
What?
Amazing pizza.
I did not peg them as a pizza town.
We'll talk about that sometime. Hey, got to leave it at that. Stephen Kent, good to see you again.
Thanks
for coming. Fascinating stuff.